shot across. You heard about
I've got a
that?
gavel. I've got a gavel, yeah, I've got a couple.
You know, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
So you got.
She's just gonna grab back my head.
You said that, I'll bring one next time.
Okay, we are live.
All right, close your eyes and pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I call to order the February 10th meeting, 2026, Jefferson County, Indiana County Council. First order of business is to approve the minutes from the January 13th meeting. Does anybody have any corrections or disagreements with that, or can we?
I didn't see anything, I'll make a motion to approve January's minutes as written.
Okay,
Second.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? It was unanimous. All right, so that motion passes. All right, the next order of business, Mr. Flynn. That was quick.
Okay, I got a couple things. First thing, the due date for the commissary was the 15th and we met on the 13th last time, so, that was in your emails. The new standard, record that I must provide you guys per Indiana statute. And then the second thing is a, JCAP, program, which we started at the Sheriff's Department. And it's turned out to be quite the success. We're getting a lot of positive feedback from the inmates inside the facility, as well as the partners in the community that are helping, fund this. So we're gonna try to take it to the next level, and with that, part of the grant funding, they're gonna fund the 2027, a part-time JCAP corrections officer. As we know that JCAP goes on during the front of the day in the jail with transports, court, new bookings, intakes, medical, and everything else going on in the chaos of the day. So this officer would be assigned just to this program to help make sure that staff and instructors coming in to teach, they don't have to wait for an officer to come off the floor. They would be there in order to help them. So that is gonna be funded with no cost to the county. I just need to create the line item for the grant money to go into, which we would pay the part-time officer out of.
I just have one question. So that officer being assigned to that JCAP to oversee that JCAP program. So are you talking about when facilitators or anyone with the program comes in and they don't have to wait? Or, okay.
Yep.
They'd be
Yep. Specifically for that. They'll be specifically working just for the JCAP program.
Okay,
Yep, and helping out with that. And
Okay.
overseeing the running, the daily runnings.
mhm. So, follow-up question, would they, be meeting in a different room or they'd still be meeting in that same room?
It would be still the same room. It would just be that officer would be helping the teachers and the instructors, making sure that everything gets moved appropriately.
Okay.
throughout
Some of
the
the
day.
things we had, like issues, but part of the things is following rules and things out that you want to do when you're out in the community, like keeping
Mhm.
things clean and making sure that things are arranged or there's not contraband, things like that, that could have been acquired moving around. So before it was having to take an officer from
Right,
full-time
Yeah.
jail staff to do all of that. So having that part-time officer then would help alleviate them waiting to do that. And then that way our facilitators could focus on doing the programming. If then that officer could do checks and things like that.
mhm. Well, I've just kind of experienced it, so I just was wondering how
It
it flows.
frees up, you're right.
Yeah, okay.
It frees up the body.
mhm.
This is a new body, not necessarily someone who's already part-time or pushing hours. This won't necessarily require additional overtime hours for somebody that's
Right.
already, okay. And then I apologize if I should
You're
know
fine.
this, the $40 for the additional appropriation for what was requested that we'll get to for the training school, that's something totally different.
So for the training, the jail, you're talking about jail school.
Yes.
Every jailer goes through
Yes, I
jail.
think it's just listed as
Yeah.
training
Yep,
school.
yep, that's
Right, so
what it's for.
Not, that's.
That would not be
separate
part of
than this.
JCAP.
Okay,
The ISA takes care of that, the Sheriff's Association, it's all free through the ISA.
How many guys are going, or guys and gals, how many is going through it at this time? I know you, it was a successful last time. You had 6 last time, right?
No,
Free the first time.
3 the first
Three.
time,
Okay,
cause you have
We had-
someone that left.
okay. Okay, very good.
And then our next cohort, correct me if I'm wrong, on it is gonna be females.
Yes, that is planned to have female or
Mhm.
female for here.
So we'll have ran 2 successful male cohorts and then we're gonna transition into the females and run a female cohort.
We need to make a motion.
Okay, make that motion. Well, let me entertain a motion. Now, what do we, so to create the new line item, is that what I'm entertaining the motion for? To create the new line item
Create the new line item in JCAP fund.
in the JCAP fund? Okay, so I entertain that motion. So anybody wanna make that?
I'll second.
Okay.
Pam made the motion and Gary seconded. All in favor? Aye. All opposed, same sign. Okay, that motion carries.
And then 2 quick ones. We had received a reimbursement check for a training school that staff had attended. They had charged us taxes and they ended up reimbursing us the $40 for the taxes. So we just need to take that money and transfer it into back into the training fund.
Good catch.
And then, we had one more of those where, we had a police officer's vehicle got totaled, due to a deer strike in. That check came in, it came in on the new budget,
Mhm.
so, we need to transition that check into, sheriff cars. And that would be for the 14,479. And then those would be the only 2 transfers that I had.
Should we go ahead and entertain a motion to accept both those transfers?
You can do that.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
I'll second that. Mhm.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Opposed?
And then lastly, we are updating the commissary ordinance just to keep it in check with ever changing laws and within the state. So I don't know, do you want me to read it or do you want you guys read it? How do you want me to do that? For the first reading?
I recently have learned from Pat, we do have to read it at least once. And then since this is not a brand new ordinance, this is not really something controversial, you're just updating to state code now. You could, if you guys see fit, forego the second and third reading and approve it today.
and I assume all highlighted information that I know I assume that's the verbiage that had changed. It's like, yeah, I read that a second time, that was my assumption.
Now, when we do the reading, do we have to read the totals on all the funds or just do the documentation part of it?
Just this part of it.
This part.
All right. I'll go ahead and do the first reading.
Okay.
Ordinance 2026-1, ordinance of the Jefferson County Council, Jefferson County Sheriff's Commissary Fund Supplement. Whereas Jefferson County Sheriff by and through the Jefferson County Council seeks to adopt additional provisions to the Sheriff's Commissary Fund. And these expenditures for the uses and purposes set forth below shall be in addition to and not in lieu of or replacement for the expenditures specifically authorized by Indiana Code 36-8-10-21 D1 through 8 Whereas Jefferson County by and through the Jefferson County Council wishes to add local provisions to the Sheriff's Commissary Fund pursuant to Indiana Code 36-8-10-21. Now therefore, the Jefferson County by and through the Jefferson County Council adopts said provisions for additional disbursements of funds to include into the Sheriff's Commissary Fund pursuant to Indiana Code 36-8-10-21 D9. The following shall include advertising reimbursements to staff for goods, pre-employment evaluations, Jefferson County community-based programs, special postage, office maintenance and or supplies, law enforcement memberships, inmate activities and cellular service as defined below, included for 2026, firearms and ammunition, criminal investigations, recognition, condolences, attorney fees, lost, stolen property and training. Section 1. Advertising. Advertising shall include print and or radio and must include an activity or program of the Sheriff's Department intended to reduce or prevent occurrences of criminal activity and shall include public safety information. Section 2. Reimbursement to staff for goods, reimbursement to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office staff for items purchased for training and or used during training to include meals during training, attire for training and for the actual training. Shall also include K-9 reimbursement for equipment / food purchase while at training. Section 3, employment, costs associated with recruitments of personnel for the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office and pre-employment, physical and mental pre-employment evaluations and required attire for ILEA Academy. Section 4, community events, Jefferson County Sheriff's Office participation fee for local community-based programs, festivals, holidays, and or community and school events, and or cost incurred for participation fees. Literature to pass in accordance with Indiana Code 36-8-10-21 D7, and goods to pass, including public relations and build a positive relationship with the community. Section 5, special postage to include United States Postal Service, FedEx, and UPS articles that need to be sent with special delivery instructions, special postage and or first class delivery. Section 6, office maintenance, cost of rehabilitation, remodeling, or otherwise altering the structure of the Jefferson County Detention Center and or Sheriff's Office to accommodate or adapt to current needs, and or any maintenance and or office supplies at the depletion of the line item and or budget funds, including cost of updates or upgrades to information technology systems to which there are no provisions in the county's budget. Section 7. Memberships, law enforcement memberships to include Fraternal Order of Police and Indiana Sheriff's Association memberships for the entire Jefferson County Sheriff's Office staff, including costs associated with the department accreditation. Section 8, inmate programs. Inmate activities include annual events, i.e. additional food purchase for work details and or programs, assistance with obtaining general education diploma and any type of recreational equipment, including youth or juvenile programs, crime and substance abuse, recidivism reduction, and jail diversion programs. Section 9, cellular phone bill. Cellular phone bill with mobile phones, hotspots, computer accessibility throughout the county and services incurred. Section 10, meals, pay for meals during special programming classes and or training at the depletion of the line item and or budget funds. Section 11, firearms, ammunition for the use of the Sheriff's Office personnel in performance of their duties at the depletion of the line item and or budget funds. Section 12, criminal investigations, costs associated with criminal investigations conducted by the law enforcement agencies in Jefferson County at the discretion of the sheriff. Section 13, recognition / condolences, costs associated with the recognition, plaques, awards for Jefferson County Sheriff staff and or flowers for congratulatory awards and or funerals. Section 14, attorney's fees, fees for retaining and consulting with an attorney for services to the Sheriff's Office. Section 15, lost or stolen property, replacement of lost or damaged personal property of an inmate and or staff member property. Section 16, training. Costs associated with hosting law enforcement related conferences or training meetings for any Jefferson County Sheriff's Office personnel. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect from its passage. Further, this ordinance shall become a chapter of the Jefferson County Code of Ordinances, designated chapter, what will be there? Chapter, it's a slash. Is that something we put in there? When said code is adopted.
I don't know, I'll have to look.
Okay.
Before.
I would like to entertain a motion to forego the second, and third public reading.
Make a motion to forego the second, third, fourth reading.
Does that want to read that again?
Not really. Did you second it, Gary? Gary second. All in favor? Aye.
And I can, you need an additional motion to approve, obviously, this ordinance.
Yes,
Okay,
So I would make a motion that we approve the updated ordinance for the commissary fund supplement for 2026-1 ordinance numbers.
okay.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor? Aye. All right, all opposed? Oh, I guess we can. Okay.
I'll have them sign it and then I'll
You have a copy or
report
do
it.
you need a copy?
I have it,
Okay,
and then I'll report it and I'll give you guys a copy,
good.
right?
Thanks, Ben.
That's all I had.
All right, thank you so much. All right.
Thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is additionals and transfers.
So we already have taken care of the sheriff's department's request. I did have advertised and, there are 3 line items. It is in ARPA for the jail expense line, just making sure that we have that money available once the juvenile, project takes off so that we can make payments to the contractors. That's in the amount of $167,000 and $167,012, if I can get that out. The next line item is in lit and it is jail expenses. It is the remaining $162,988 that'll be needed for improvements. And then also in lit, one more line that is juvenile facility supervisor contract in the amount of $127,000. You can vote that this is what you guys want to do as far as the money, and then I will have a resolution in March that will cover all of the additionals that we have done in January, February, and then in March, since there was a different advertising requirement that I missed.
Okay, so we will go through the remaining line items, but we won't be able to vote on the resolution this evening.
Not the resolution.
Okay, so we can, I'll entertain a motion for the contractors. Would we do that first? The contractors for the juvenile facility upgrades at cost of $167,012. Entertain a motion to approve that. Okay, we've got a second. Gary seconded. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Okay. And then the jail expenses, $162,988. That is for the remaining contractor expense for the juvenile facility upgrades. Would entertain a motion to accept that proposal for those funds.
I can make that motion.
Okay, Heather makes the motion. Anybody second? Mike?
I'll second it.
Should I be saying the numbers, the 1111 dash?
You can, that's the
You
fund
can.
and the account number.
Okay, all right. So that comes from, 1112-35310 for the jail expenses, the $162,988-000. The jail expenses, the first one, the contractors for the juvenile facility upgrades, the $167,112 one was from 9112-35310-00000-000. Okay. And the remaining, the last one is for the juvenile facility supply contract. And I believe that's the one where we have 10 payments left at $12,700.
Mhm.
I would entertain a motion to accept, that proposal for those funds.
I'll make a motion.
All right, anybody second that motion?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. I believe that's it on those, isn't it? Because we can't.
Yeah, and then
Next one.
I will have the resolution at the next.
Did we have to vote on the second?
I think we voted on the second one,
We
didn't we?
didn't vote on the second.
I think we skipped the second.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Well, we,
all right, thank you.
but I just
Ray,
did something.
Ray's got my back. This Ray's got my back, the other Ray doesn't.
And I made that motion for the 162,988.
Heather did.
Remaining
Okay.
expenses.
Okay,
And Mike second.
Mike seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay. So now we're good. We just didn't vote on that one, did we? That's when I asked you if I should say the number. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that look on your face, Ray. Thanks for, I was like, I did something wrong, I can tell. Okay,
Just a little.
just a little, okay.
While you open for public comment, if you wanna go ahead and send, your copy of the ordinance around.
Okay,
Everyone has a, designated signature line on this one, so,
Sign the name.
all right. Do anything, Chris?
On the first page. Are you getting the first page?
I think I am.
I can bring a copy around if you guys wanna use this one. Just right here.
Yes.
And then there, and then the signature on the next page for the rest.
Second.
Thank you, Bob, for writing up. The students read it, said, oh, Mr. Turner, you were in jail on that area. Yes, for 3 hours.
Okay, I know, we have close.
Every opportunity.
At least they're paying attention.
Yeah, there you go.
You were in jail with good company. Yes, I had.
Well, I mean, you know.
Tremendous.
It really does. Already enough trouble, you got better. Get out while it's getting good.
Thank you, sir.
Said every high school kid should tour that place when it was still full.
Hey,
Man.
don't forget to send the minutes around too.
Okay,
He's used to keeping that copy. for
I
himself.
know. Let's, don't forget.
there you go. While we're passing that around, does the public have any comments they want to make?
Well, I don't have a whole lot today for everybody, but I wanted to come and just kind of give you guys some updates. I imagine in the next couple months, I will have more updates for you guys, but first and foremost would be that at the end of this month, then we'll have our second JCAP cohort graduation. So we've learned through trials and tribulations, what works and what we need to improve, but we're really excited to have that female cohort for our third cohort. So that's good news. A lot of my grant annual reports are due the end of February. However, just being completely honest, there were several things that we didn't realize that we needed from previous years. So we're gathering those, and I should have those done obviously before the end of February, and then I can make sure you guys get a copy of those as well. The bigger thing right now is I've attended several different trainings through outside counties about, grant writing and grant submission, because this is my first year doing it all for our whole department. So I have been studying a lot on those. So those start, well, they're open now, and then all of those applications are due April 1st. So I will be spending a whole lot of time making sure that we request that. Just for example, Department of Corrections chose not for the year 2026 to fund jail treatment, pretrial or diversion. However, they did make statements that we should ask for them in our 2027 grant request. So I will continue to do that as well. I'm also looking to request more as far as our drug court, problem solving court, to be able to get some additional members to go down to those annual trainings. We haven't had people be able to attend those in the last several years, so that's going to be some increases that I will request so we can get more people on board to kind of know what that looks like. But yeah, so I won't know, of course, until allocations come out, but I fully expect that we'll probably receive more cuts as far as funding from DOC. They talked at our November meeting with the state about they were working on a formula based on community size and basically when they listed, we were one of the higher funded counties. I hope that continues to remain the same, but I can't guarantee that. So I will continue to keep you guys updated with that. Looking for just additional grant funds or, you know, increase in revenue, so we don't have to have a reduction in services. That's our main goal with that. But, so that's kind of just an update of where we are and what's going on in our world right now.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
Does anybody have any questions for me? No?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for all you're doing.
Yeah.
Hanging in there. So.
Commissioners, you got anything to say?
Good tour Saturday.
Huh?
Good tour
It was a good tour Saturday. Yes, it was. Yeah. I think that's gonna end up being helpful. I hope it will be helpful. I was shocked at how much room there is down there. I've never been in the new old jail. So, I hope that, and it seems like the counties surrounding us, we had talked about this, they'd like to have it open yesterday. And what I really appreciated was Josh's wife, because, you know, I was kind of looking at things and I was like, that's kind of rough. And she's like, oh, this is wonderful. This is great. We can work with this. She sees so much potential in that. So, I mean, you know, women are usually smarter about stuff like that. So I thought, you know,
Not
yeah,
always,
this is a
but-
good vibe. It was a good vibe. So, all right. If, does any of my fellow councilmen have any comments?
I just would ask that each of you kind of keep your eye on the legislature that's going through right now. They're discussing on trustees, so that's Senate Bill, 270. And anyway, there's two that are out there. One is to do away with trustees almost completely for the county. And then the other one, which I think is a more favorable one, or it's getting more traffic and more feedback, is the one where they consolidate trustees within our county. If anything comes from that, I think that it'll happen sooner rather than later. I think that there's good momentum behind consolidating. And so each county would consolidate trustees down to, you know, just a few trustees per county. So for instance, on the east side of the county, that would be what, Milton, Monroe, and Smyrna? Or no, that'd be, no, on the east side of the county. Shelby, thank you, yeah, yeah. So those maybe would consolidate, I mean, I don't know, so, for every county it looks different. Johnson County is already, before the legislature has passed, I think last year, they had trustees consolidate, they worked with each, trustee and their board to, the ones that were consolidating to make an election of who would represent that new district or that township, combined township, and then they took members off of each board. from each township when they made that consolidation, and it's worked out really well. So, they just don't go and hand it all to the auditor and say, here you go.
Very good.
So that's what, but just be mindful of that.
Okay. FYI, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, has anybody got anything else? All right, well, friend Ray Black's not here. He's the one that likes to adjourn the meeting. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, you get a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Hi.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Mhm.